Hello everybody, how you doing? This is Terry the writer. I'm coming to you with another story. This time it's about when my little brother stole my car. So I was at the time I was newly in college. I was fresh out of high school, had just bought my first car, and my little brother, he used to try to steal my car all the time, and my keys all the time, and I would hide my keys. But I was working and I was going to college, so I came home one night, I was just tired, and I threw my keys on top of my dresser and woke up the next morning, and it's a good thing that I didn't have to go to class that day. Couldn't find my keys. I went outside, I couldn't find my I didn't see my car. So I went to my mother, called my mother and asked her if she took my car. She said, "No, why would I take your car?" So I started looking for him now, seeing where he was at. Couldn't find him. Then I called the police because I thought somebody stole my car. 911, somebody stole my car. What's going on? I had a feeling it was my brother because I used to catch him all the time trying to steal my keys, and I used to snatch him up and grab my keys from him. And he was bad, still bad. When I called the police and the car, I reported the car stolen, they had it in their system based already that, hey, we found your car. They had already found my car. I had to impound it because they caught him joyriding in my car with some of his friends. And so because he was underage and he went to juvenile, they took him to juvenile, impound my car. I had to pay for my car to get out the impound. I remember $75 I had to pay to get out the impound. That's how much they charged per day, and the car wasn't even there a full day. In order for me to get the car out, I had to get the keys from him because I didn't have an extra pair of keys. My mother had my extra pair of keys, and my mother was going to work at the time, and I couldn't get to her. So I had to call some friend of mine to come help me, to go take me to the impound to get the car out. When I went to the impound, they was like, "Oh, we don't have the keys." I had to go to the juvenile probation where he was at. The juvenile guy was like, "Hey, this girl, she needs your keys." And he was like, but he had to release anything to somebody else. He had to give me permission to release it. So he was like, "Only way I'll let her get the keys is if she signed me out of juvenile." I said, "I'm not signing him out of juvenile. He gonna stay here. He want to steal my car, he gonna stay right here in juvenile." So the juvenile probation officer, at the time I was like 18, 19, the juvenile officer, he actually was trying to talk to me. At the time he was like, "I'm gonna get your keys for you," but he said on a normal basis he's supposed to give us permission to sign the keys out. And he was like, "You give me your phone number, I give you the keys." And I was like, "No problem, take my phone number, give me my keys." And he gave me his phone number. I took the keys, and the reality of it, me and the juvenile probation officer, we started dating after that too. To let y'all, that's another part of the story. But I got my keys. I had to pay $75 to get my car. I stayed in juvenile for 2 weeks because everybody refused to go down there and sign the paperwork to get him out. My mother was tired of him. And when he came home, he was like, "T, I can't believe you had them lock me up." I said, "I didn't have them lock you up. You had yourself locked up. I didn't press no charges on you." But he stayed there for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, they just automatically released him because they said they ain't had enough room for him. After that, when he stayed in there for 2 weeks, he never touched my car again. I could put my keys anywhere I want to. And he learned his lesson because he was in juvenile for 2 weeks for some stupid. I want to follow up on the story that I told about my little brother when he stole my car. I didn't press charges on him, so don't be saying, "Oh, she was a snitch." He got himself caught up because joyriding in a vehicle that he didn't have permission to take. I'm not paying to get you out of jail. I had to pay to get my car out the pound. And guys, be safe, be blessed. Always follow your dream, unless your dream is to hurt someone, then don't follow that dream. Please follow me on terryandthewriter.com on my blog channel. Please go to my Instagram at terryandthewriter. I'm also on Facebook. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please, I'm